Do you ever get a full 8 hours of sleep, maybe even 9, but still wake up feeling like you've been run over? You have to drag yourself out of bed, your brain feels like it's stuck in a fog, and the first thing you need is a gallon of coffee just to feel human. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Millions of us are trapped in this cycle, waking up tired, using caffeine to get through the day, and then feeling too wired to get good sleep at night. It's a loop that just drains your energy, focus, and mood. But what if I told you this isn't your fault? What if it's just a mismatch between our ancient biology and the modern world? And what if there was a science-backed blueprint that could break this cycle for good? Welcome to Bio-Optimized Labs. In this video, we're laying out the exact protocol you can use to transform your sleep and wake up feeling genuinely supercharged. We're going to go way beyond the generic advice like, just get more sleep, and get into actionable, science-based steps using your daily routines, a few key supplements, and some simple tech. Forget the snooze button. Stick around, because your mornings are about to get a serious upgrade. Before we get into the how, we have to understand the why. Because when you get the mechanics of what's happening inside your body, the hacks just make sense. They're not just a list of rules. Your entire energy system, from alertness to sleepiness, is run by your circadian rhythm. Think of it as your body's master clock, a 24-hour program that tells you when to be awake and when to be asleep. This whole rhythm is mainly directed by two hormones, cortisol and melatonin. Now, cortisol gets a bad rap as the stress hormone, but in the morning, cortisol is your best friend. It's your body's get up and go signal. Your body is designed for a big, healthy spike of cortisol right when you wake up. It's called the cortisol awakening response, or CAR. This spike should peak about 30 to 45 minutes after you open your eyes. And it's what gives you that natural jolt of focus and drive to start your day. On the other side of the coin, you have melatonin. That's your go-to-sleep hormone. As it gets dark outside, your cortisol levels should naturally drop, and your brain should start releasing melatonin, signaling that it's time to wind down. In a perfect world, these two hormones work like a seesaw. When one is up, the other is down, in a perfect rhythm. The problem is, our modern lives have declared war on this rhythm. I call it circadian chaos. We wake up in dark rooms, stare at artificial lights all day, and blast our eyes with blue light from our phones at night. We drink coffee at the wrong times and have messy sleep schedules. All of this sends confusing signals to our brain, completely messing up that hormonal seesaw. Your body has no idea when to make cortisol or when to release melatonin. The result? You feel groggy in the morning because your cortisol spike is flat, and you feel wired at night because your melatonin is being blocked. And this is about more than just feeling tired. The latest research is staggering. One study that tracked over 88,000 adults with wearable devices found that irregular sleep patterns are linked to as many as 172 different diseases, including metabolic and liver disorders. In many cases, sleep inconsistency was a bigger predictor of disease than how long people slept. So, the protocol we're about to build is designed to do one thing: fix that natural rhythm. We're going to send clear, powerful signals to your body at the right times to get your hormones working for you again, not against you. The first step to a supercharged morning starts the second you wake up. The goal here is simple. Send a loud and clear signal to your brain that the day has officially begun. This part is non-negotiable. Hack number 1 is to get your light exposure right. The most powerful signal for your circadian rhythm is light. Specifically, morning sunlight. Within the first 30 to 60 minutes of waking up, you need to get outside and let sunlight hit your eyes. You don't have to stare at the sun, but you do need to do it without sunglasses. The photoreceptors in your eyes are tuned to detect the specific type of light in the morning sun. When they see it, they send a signal to your brain that does two crucial things. First, it slams the brakes on melatonin production, shutting off the sleepy signal. Second, it kicks off that healthy cortisol awakening response we talked about, giving you a natural surge of alertness. Studies show this morning light is what anchors your entire 24-hour clock, which not only wakes you up but helps you sleep better that night. Aim for 10 to 20 minutes of morning sun. If it's a cloudy day, you might need closer to 30 minutes. This free habit is more powerful than any cup of coffee. This leads us to hack number 2. Delay your caffeine. I know this sounds like a crime to some of you, but it's a total game changer for all-day energy. The biggest mistake people make is rolling out of bed and heading straight for the coffee pot. But think about it. Your body is already making its own powerful stimulant thanks to your cortisol response. If you dump caffeine on top of that peak cortisol, you actually make that natural response less effective over time. You're starting your day at an artificially high peak, which makes that afternoon crash so much worse. The science on this is very clear. Stanford neuroscientist Andrew Huberman recommends waiting 90 to 120 minutes after waking before you have your first coffee. This lets your natural cortisol peak and start to come down on its own. Then, when you drink caffeine, it acts as a second wave of alertness that carries you through the afternoon without the dreaded 3 p.m. slump. This small timing change lets your body's natural systems do their job and makes your coffee work better. And for hack number 3, we're going to lock in that wake-up signal with a jolt, a cold plunge. You don't need a fancy ice bath. The easiest way is with a cold shower. After your normal shower, just turn the water as cold as it gets for the last 30 seconds to 3 minutes. The shock of the cold triggers a huge release of norepinephrine and dopamine in your brain. Norepinephrine jacks up your alertness and focus, while dopamine boosts your mood and motivation. It's an instant cure for grogginess. It forces your body into a state of high alert, gets your heart rate up, and makes you feel awake and alive. It takes some guts, but starting your day by doing something hard like this builds a mental toughness that carries you through the rest of the day. Your morning routine sets the tone, but what you do during the day and in the hours before bed really decides how well you sleep. You're either setting yourself up for deep, restorative sleep or for a night of tossing and turning. Let's start with hack number 4, the caffeine curfew. We all love our coffee, but you have to respect its power. Caffeine works by blocking adenosine, a chemical that builds up in your brain all day and creates sleep pressure, that feeling of needing to sleep. The problem is, caffeine has a half-life of about 4 to 6 hours, and a quarter life of up to 12 hours. That means if you have a coffee at 4 p.m., a quarter of that caffeine could still be active in your brain at 4 a.m., messing up your deep sleep, even if you fall asleep just fine. The rule is simple. Cut off all caffeine at least 8 to 10 hours before your bedtime. For most people, that means absolutely no caffeine after 2 p.m. This includes coffee, most teas, sodas, and even dark chocolate. Sticking to a caffeine curfew lets that sleep pressure build up naturally, making it much easier to fall and stay asleep. And if you're getting value out of this protocol and you're ready to stop feeling tired all the time, show some love and hit that like button. It's a small click for you, but it sends a huge signal to the YouTube algorithm that we're delivering real science here at BioOptimized Labs, and it helps us get this information to more people who need it. Now, let's get to what might be the most critical part of the entire day. Hack number 5 is what I call the digital sunset. Our brains are hardwired to see light as daytime and dark as nighttime. For thousands of years, the setting sun was the main signal for our brains to start making melatonin. Today, we carry an artificial sun in our pocket, our smartphone. The bright blue light from our phones, tablets, and TVs is a powerful melatonin blocker. When you stare at a screen at night, you're literally telling your brain, it's still daytime. Stay awake. Stop making melatonin. To fight this, you need to create your own digital sunset. The best strategy is to stop using all screens 90 minutes before you plan to sleep. Read a real book. Listen to a podcast. Talk to your family. Just do something that doesn't involve a bright screen. If you absolutely have to use a screen, get a pair of quality blue light blocking glasses. Studies have shown that wearing these glasses for a few hours before bed can help your body produce melatonin naturally, even when you're looking at a screen. They create a kind of physiologic darkness, tricking your brain into thinking it's dark out. Finally, hack number 6. Engineer your sleep sanctuary. Your bedroom should be a cave, optimized for one thing: sleep. That means it needs to be cool, dark, and quiet. First, cool. Your body's core temperature has to drop a few degrees to fall asleep and stay asleep. A warm room gets in the way of this process. The ideal temperature for sleep, according to the National Sleep Foundation, is around 65 degrees Fahrenheit, or 18.3 degrees Celsius. Find what works for you, but the idea is to keep it cool. Second, dark. And I mean pitch dark. Light is the enemy of melatonin. Use blackout curtains or a good eye mask. Cover up any glowing lights from electronics. Even a tiny bit of light can disrupt your sleep. Third, quiet. Random noises can pull you out of deep sleep. If you live in a noisy place, try earplugs or a white noise machine. A white noise machine creates a constant, soothing sound that covers up sudden noises like a car horn or a dog barking, letting you sleep without being disturbed. Now we get to the optimizers. Once you have your daily routines and sleep environment dialed in, you can add a few key supplements to take your sleep from good to great. But a word of caution, supplements are not magic pills. They are meant to support a good protocol. They can't replace one. And, as always, talk to your doctor before starting any new supplements. The first and most important supplement for sleep is magnesium. This is a master mineral involved in over 300 processes in your body. For sleep, it helps activate your rest and digest system, calming your nerves and helping you relax. There are many forms, but for sleep, the gold standard is magnesium glycinate. Your body can absorb it easily, and it's gentle on the stomach. The glycinate part comes from the amino acid glycine, which also has a calming effect on the brain, making it a powerful combo for sleep. Taking 200 to 400 milligrams about 30 to 60 minutes before bed can really improve sleep quality. For sleep, stay away from magnesium citrate, which is better known for its laxative effects. The second supplement to consider is L-Theanine. This is an amino acid found in green tea. What makes it so special is that it helps you feel calm and relaxed without making you drowsy. L-Theanine works by increasing alpha brain waves, which are the ones that are active when you're in a meditative state. It also boosts calming chemicals in your brain, like GABA. This makes it perfect for people who feel wired but tired at night. It helps quiet down the racing thoughts that keep you awake. A typical dose is 100 to 200 milligrams about an hour before bed. It works incredibly well with magnesium. Some studies even suggest they have a synergistic effect when taken together. Finally, a quick word on tech. The biohacking movement has exploded because we can now measure what's happening inside our bodies. Sleep trackers, like the Oura ring or Whoop strap, are amazing tools. They give you objective data on your sleep. You can see how long it took you to fall asleep, how much deep and REM sleep you got, and how restful your night was. This data lets you manage your sleep like a scientist. You can run your own experiments. What happens to my deep sleep if I have no caffeine after 1 p.m.? Or, how does a 10-minute morning walk affect my sleep score? And see the results for yourself. That study on sleep inconsistency was only possible because of wearable tech. This technology lets you stop guessing and start making precise improvements. So there you have it. The complete biohacking blueprint to wake up supercharged. It's not about some one weird trick. It's about a system. It's about sending the right signals to your body at the right time. Anchor your day with morning sunlight and delayed caffeine. Protect your evening with a caffeine curfew and a digital sunset. Build a sleep sanctuary that's cool, dark, and quiet. And finally, support your efforts with smart supplements. Host, the main thing I want you to take away is that you have way more control over your energy levels than you think. It's not always about sleeping more. It's about sleeping smarter. By lining up your daily habits with your body's natural biology, you can fundamentally change your sleep quality and, in turn, change your life. Now I want to hear from you. If you were going to start with just one of these hacks tonight, which one would it be? Let me know in the comments section below. I read every single one. And if you want more science-backed protocols to optimize your mind and body, make sure you subscribe to Bio-Optimize Labs and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. We have a deep dive on mastering your metabolism coming up next, and you can watch it by clicking the video on your screen right now. Thanks for joining the lab. Now go build yourself a supercharged morning.